This section 3C, we're going to learn how to solve absolute value equations and inequalities. Now, in the past, you've worked with the absolute value of -4, and you know the answer is +4, but why is that? -4, the absolute value of -4 is defined as the distance from -4 to 0 on the number line. So here's my 0, here's my -4. The distance from -4 to 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we say that the absolute value of -4 is equal to 4. And remember, distance is always positive. So if we don't know what the value is inside the absolute value, if x represents the coordinate of a point on a number line, and we know that the absolute value of x is equal to 3, then that means that the point that we're looking for, the x, is going to be 3 units from 0 on the number line. So here's my 0. It could be 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, so it could be here, or it could be 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3. They both have a distance of 3 from 0 on the number line. So when I do this, my answer then would be both -3 and +3 would make that a true statement. So let's look at example 1. It says graph each absolute value, then write the solution. So we have the absolute value of, I'm going to put up here that this is an x and this is an x. The absolute value of x is equal to 4. So that tells us that the distance of x from 0 is 4 units. So here's my 0. The distance from 0 of that value x, 1, 2, 3, 4, is right there. That's 4 units to the right, or it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 units to the left. So I came up with the numbers -4 and +4. These are all numbers whose distance from 0 is 4. So there's my 0 in the middle. Example B, absolute value of x is equal to 0. So that would mean all numbers x, anything I can substitute in, whose distance from 0 is 0. Well, here's 0, and if I don't move away from it, it's still 0. Yeah, that's right, still 0. So there's really just one answer to this that's going to work. So our solution would be just 0. And then finally, example C, we have that the absolute value of x is -3. So we're looking for any numbers whose distance from 0 is -3. So here's 0. Oh, you can't beat a negative distance. So distance is always positive. So I can't have a negative distance. So that would mean that the answer to this is no solution. So let's just review just a little bit. There's 3 different situations. We can have that the absolute value of x is a +4, which means I'm going to have 4 units to the right and 4 units to the left, and there's going to be 2 answers. If the absolute value of x is equal to 0, that means I don't move at all, and I have just a single answer. And then C, if I have the absolute value is negative, it can't happen, and so that would be no solution.